I have to follow that, huh? Shabbat Shalom, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Rabbi for all that you do for TBA. I want to thank Rick and Addie for the beautiful music. And Sharon, you were beautiful today. Thank you for joining. Wendy for doing the children's service. The Kivniks for the beautiful flowers. Sisterhood for the Oneg from Rosh Hashanah. And for Brotherhood for schlepping all our Torah and High Holy Days. Supplies that we need. And Maddie, thank you and your group for coming today and sharing your story. It's very heartwarming. I was lucky enough to go to the Nova exhibit last weekend, Sunday before the 7th, and it was very emotional. As a parent, I can't imagine all the heartbreak and everything that went on. So bless you for telling your story. And now on to business. In case you don't know me now, I'm Randy Miller, the new president of TBA. I've been a member of Temple Beth Ami for over 20 years now, and a board member for 2 years. I retired in 2023 as a NICU nurse for over 50 years. Wow, what a year this has been. I remember last year at this time listening to Rabbi Blazer remarking on how it was the 50th anniversary of the Yom Kippur War. He remarked how we could not be complacent. I think he was a psychic. I remember the first Yom Kippur War. I was a new RN working night shift in a NICU at County Hospital when a doctor of, I don't remember if he was Egyptian or Syrian descent, said out loud, "Why do we always lose?" Being a young Jewish female, and I was 20 years old then, I said, well, don't start them. We didn't. Once again, we were invaded during a music festival celebrating Sukkot with hundreds of young, unarmed, beautiful people ambushed, killed, and kidnapped. Families in their homes, some sleeping and minding their own business, attacked and killed in front of their kids before they were killed. We grieve for our Israeli families suffering and hope their loved ones who are still hostages are still alive. I'm a very proud Jew. I refuse to hide and not acknowledge that I'm a Jew. I have an Israeli flag on my car and have received many positive gestures and notes on my car in support. I fly the Israeli flag on my home. I keep a mezuzah on my door. I'm sorry for those of you who have not had the same experiences and had to endure anti-Semitism. Rachel, I'm sorry, I might embarrass you here. When my daughter was in religious school in the Antelope Valley, there were bracelets with WWJD going around. We all knew what it stood for. I saw my daughter wearing one on her way to Hebrew school. I confronted her, feeling embarrassed that she was meeting the rabbi with one on. As I asked her why she was wearing it and did she know what it stood for. She said it stood for, "What would Jews do?" I had no argument. TBA stands for all of you here today. Rabbi Mark has, for 26 years, been the voice of the Reformed Jewish community of Santa Clarita and across the Los Angeles community. He has brought many programs to us. Most recently, on October 7th this year, he organized a special October 7th remembrance with all 3 of the Jewish synagogues and greater Jewish community here in the Santa Clarita Valley. In addition to speakers, musicians, educational programs, just to name a few. I am committed to seeing TBA grow and thrive here in the Santa Clarita Valley, but I can't do it alone. Yes, we need money. However, money is not everything. We need you to get involved in TBA life. I encourage each of you here today to think about what you can do. I encourage all of you to come to services on the 2 in-person services that we have. If not twice, come once a month. You might find it rewarding in spirit and make new friends. I know several of you join on Zoom and Facebook, but coming in person and hearing the music of Wendy and Rick and Addie live is much better and spiritual, as you have seen today. today. Help providing own eggs so that we don't have to go around begging to find people to sponsor. Join Brotherhood or Sisterhood. Yes, Sisterhood has been reestablished and reassembled with some enthusiasm and are planning some really fun and enriching activities. Brotherhood arranges for Eat for TBA each month. Proceeds come to us. Make a commitment to eat at these facilities every month. The more that eat, the more money we make. All that TBA does cost money. The more money we raise, the more money we can do. And yes, I'm also asking for you to donate today to TBA with the envelopes that are distributed to you where you sit. In order to continue to have lights, air conditioning, repairs to the synagogue, programs such as special singers like Joe Buchanan, Rebbe Soul, and of course Wendy Hirsch and Rick and Addie, we need your help. We have special speakers this past year from Nova Festival. In order to have other special programs and activities, we need money. We are self-sufficient and rely on our membership to sustain us. Now I'd like to call up Lisa Barton to say a few words.
My name's Lisa Barton. I'm the current Temple Beth Ami board treasurer, and a little nervous to be up here right now. But my family's been members for over 20 years, and we cherish this community and the friends that we have made here. To be honest, until last year, my first year on the board, I never really thought about the temple finances and how things were paid. I want to explain why we ask for donations at this time each year. I wish we didn't need to solicit donations during high holidays, but the reality is we need it to survive and pay our bills throughout the year. Membership dues are what start us off each year, and those funds are so incredibly important to keep us going. But at our current membership numbers, this amount only covers a portion of our operating expenses to keep the lights on. Thank you so much to all that have paid membership so far. Together, we're close to our membership budgeted total, and because of those donations, we have been able to pay our bills since the start of the fiscal year in July. However, we're now in our 4th month, and with our funds as of this week, we can pay our bills through to about mid-January, which is about our halfway point of our year. As the treasurer, I'm constantly monitoring our expenses and ensuring that we can pay our day-to-day bills on time. Some months are easy, and some are very stressful as we get close to the end of the year or have unexpected expenses. As I mentioned, our current funds, which have primarily been membership dues and some high holiday donations, will get us through the next few months. This is why your high holiday donations are so important to our survival. Without your contributions to our annual high holiday appeal, our temple would not be able to survive past January. So let me explain a little more. We are a small congregation. Our funds come from various sources like membership dues, high holidays, other donations, matching funds, fundraisers, like our fantastic Rabbi Blazer Gala that we had a few months ago, and now some regular facility rental revenue that we have. Together, all of these funds are needed to cover our normal reoccurring expenses and the programs we do throughout the year. Every year, we struggle to break even. On average, our bills are about $21,000 a month. The monthly expenses cover our facility expenses like gardener, janitors, security, utility, and insurance, which have all gone up a lot. We also have communication expenses, admin, outside services, such as our wonderful music, video technicians, payroll, religious service expenses, and school expenses. Not to mention unexpected repair and maintenance expenses on the facility. Those are stressful months from a financial perspective, and this is something that most members do not really hear about, but they are real. Our income from all sources is used to provide for these monthly expenses throughout the year. We rely heavily on both membership and high holiday donations. Simply put, membership help pays our bills for about 5 months each year. High holiday donations, high holiday tickets, and matching funds pay our expenses for about another 5, and other income such as rental revenue, Passover appeal, fundraisers get us through the remaining months. So your donations are vital to enable our temple community to continue throughout this year. I wish I could tell you that your donations were purchasing something glamorous at our temple site, but what you are paying for is the ability to keep our wonderful community together. These funds are needed to ensure that we can provide all the programs we cherish, support our Jewish community, and the sense of belonging that we all need. So, to donate, simply take one of those envelopes, fill it out, mail it back in, or you can go on the link on the weekly newsletter and select High Holiday Donation and pay online. We thank you for any donation, big or small, and know that you are all making a difference to keep our Jewish community strong, thriving, and going throughout this year. Wishing you all a meaningful and fulfilling New Year.
Thank you, Lisa. Based on a saying from John F. Kennedy, don't ask what TBA can do for you, ask what you can do for TBA. I wear a ring I bought almost 20 years ago. It says, enjoy your given life. Be, ask, do, live like there's no tomorrow. Because without TBA, there may not be a tomorrow for Reform Judaism in the Santa Clarita Valley. Although it's hard to say Shana Tova today because of the politics and world events still in flux, we can have hope, like the Israeli national anthem, Hatikva. May we be sealed for a good year, for a sweet year, for a healthy year, and for a peaceful year. May we be written in the book of life. Gemar Hatima Tova. Thank you.